We're talking bass flies. Welcome to another episode of Tailors and Chasers. What's going on, guys? Today, I almost forgot. You know what today is? It's the day before I opened a bass fishing in Southern Ontario. Woohoo! I can't believe it's here already. So today, we're going to talk bass flies. And kind of what I use to catch largemouth and smallmouth. We do catch some largemouth, but predominantly it's smallmouth. Especially last year when it got really hot and the carp went deep. And you had to go early in the morning, like 5 a.m. By like 9 or 10 o'clock, the carp were gone. They're in that 20 feet of water. So we mixed up with some bass. We got some good ones, some 17 inchers, a couple 18 inchers. So I'm excited to fish that this year because I'm assuming since it rained so much, it's gonna be hot again. And we're hoping to hit that. It's hard to pick like 5 flies. I like to go by like types of flies, right? So first we're gonna talk top water. By far, my favorite way to catch bass is top water, right? Clearly, it's most exciting. This is a little fly that I use, right? It's a little bass popper. It's on a number 4 saltwater hook. Yellow seems to be a good color, and black and blue is another good color, and so is straight black, right? And those are frog patterns, and then there'd be like a minnow pattern. This is on a two fly minnow pattern. A little bigger, right? It's a little bigger, but it's on a 2 fly. So a mouse pattern I made works really good for. It's basically the same as the guys use for trout. Except I made it on a 2 fly. Makes it weedless because the hook rides up, and it is a lot of fatter profile because it's been on a tube, like I said, and then a little homemade chamois tail that I made when I got from the craft store. And this works really good in the creeks actually quite a bit. And I've got some trout on it too, but predominantly I use it for fishing smallies because, especially in river situations, this is a go-to one. So that's my favorite way to catch small bass by far is top water. But I like to fish them a bit smaller than normally, especially in the spring of the year because frogs are really small yet; they're not really full grown yet, especially this late spring. And then I also find that big fish will hit a smaller top water versus a huge top water, right? And then the next way I like to catch them is on crayfish patterns. If they're not hitting top water or you're being 2 rods, kind of the old 1-2 punch, a little crayfish bug, like so. It's one of my carp ones, but it's also awesome for small bass. They love these things, and largemouth, but mostly smallmouth. And that burnt orange color, and then I've been experimenting with these Flyman Fishing Company ones and the crayfish body material. Kind of checking those out this year. I made my whole little homemade eyes. Actually, I did a little bit last year. Really good fly. Not really that hard to tie. So that's a cool one too as well in olive. And then basically a tan, brown, and orange legs. This is one of my go-to. This is the kind of one I'm working on, well, was working on this year to experiment on it. UV material. We had a lot of luck last year of catching fish on UV material. Guys were using UV. Myself and somebody else were catching fish, and the other guys that weren't using UV weren't catching anything. So I don't know if it works or not, but that day it made a difference. And then another one I like to use in a little bit deeper water, or if there's weeds around, is the old hammerhead craw, but I like to do it in black and blue. This also works really good for largemouth as well, but smallmouth like this color, and even where there's weeds around or lily pads around, or extra shade or dark water or dirty water, this black and blue color is a go-to. So top waters, crayfish. Next thing would be sculpins and gobies, right? So you can tie them in helmet. Oh, pardon my hand here. You can tie them in the helmet way. See if I can get this in the focus. Helmet way, right there. Helmet, and I like the olive, and I like the barred brown as well. Right? Those are my 2 ones I use for helmets. Those 2 colors, and then traditionally, guys tie them in deer hair way. Sculpin. That's my tan, bar tan, and Sculpin olive, These are tied hook point up. All of them are actually, so I don't get snagged in the bottom. Those are my, those are Sculpins, right? And then the other pattern you can't go anywhere without, really, for small bass, you can't go wrong, is, let me try and hold those out here too. It's a Clouser minnows, right? They just catch fish. Simple as that. I got a little tan one and some synthetic material, not deer hair. I like it for using a little bit lighter rod, and it gets down a little faster. So one's got dumbbell eyes and one's got bead chain eyes for 2 different sizes or 2 different sink depths. If you're running a float line, you can get away with the little. You can do it if they're chasing minnows. Their float line's good. If not, you get down there, then you can use sink line and get them both down there. So, kind of a tan and a blue, Clouser minnow. So we're at what? 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds. That's 4 kinds, right? Sculpins, minnows, topwater, crayfish. The last kind I want to talk about is big streamers, like 4 to 5 inch streamers. Yes, may seem a bit big for small bass, but they love them. And more importantly, not just necessarily the size of them, the articulated streamers. So this is a trout pattern that I modified called a flatliner from Kelly Gollop. Thanks, Kelly. Woohoo! I did it in black and white to mimic crappie. Right? Works good in deep water. Sinking line usually. This fly is, the hook is on the side of it, basically, right here. I don't know if you see that or not. The hook is right here on the side. And it basically comes in sideways. And it goes all over the place, and the tail is a lighter hook. I think it's number 2 and a number 4 in the back. And black and white. It's one of a, definitely a small or enlargement bass. This fly goes crazy in the water. It's all over the place. Definitely a lot of fun to fish. When the fish hit it, they totally annihilate it. And I also taught it in olive and white. This one's a little bigger. This is in that 5 inch range. That one's probably in that 3.5 to 4 inch range. This is on a what's that? Number 1 and a number 1.0 in the front and a 2.0 in the sorry 1.0 in the back and a 2.0 in the front. They'll totally crush this fly. And another little pattern that I was working on that I got from some influence from Gunner on YouTube was this little bluegill pattern. Right? It's got a little wiggle tail at the back, some synthetic, some rabbit, single hook. Amazing little fly. Bass totally annihilate this. And then again, it's articulated, so the wiggles are crazy, especially if you got any current action there. You can swing it, or you can just strip it in. It's up to you what to do. I'll let the fish tell you, I guess. But swing in or strip it, take your pick. It has a tail action. If you want to let it hang in the current, it wiggles are crazy as well. So those are my kind of like 5 types of flies that I use. I couldn't just pick 5 flies because that's like crazy. 5 types: articulated streamers, sculpins, Clouser, which is a streamer, I guess, but not really articulated, topwater, and crayfish patterns. And as far as rods and reel goes, anywhere from a 6 weight to an 8 weight. Sometimes if I'm running big poppers for like largemouth or heavy cover, I'll run a 9 weight. But that's kind of it. Mostly sinking line for the most part, for especially the articulated streamers you want to get down there. And the rest of the poppers are clearly is a floating line. Kind of hand in hand. I'm usually trying to carry 2 rods if I can. One for specifically top water, or one for streamers, the sinking line. Or if you can't do that, then just maybe an extra spool, put sinking line in one, fish top water first, and then if it doesn't work, then change over your sinking line and then go from there. But ideally, it's two rods for the day. Also, 2 rod setup will let you fish carp, because when the bass aren't biting, the carp will be biting, or vice versa. Anyways, something different today. Hope everybody has a good bass. Hope everybody have a good weekend. Catch some bass for me. And if you catch some fish on some of these flies that I showed you, tag me in it. That'd be cool. Send me some pictures and messages through Instagram or Facebook, or through YouTube if you want to do that too. Prime time right now for carp is right now, really, believe it or not. Opener bass fishing kind of goes hand in hand. Prime time for carp. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I appreciate that. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button. I'm Tailors and Chasers, and I'm out.